Activities for ecotourism. Activities for ecotourism are divided into 3 groups as follows. Group 1. Main activities for ecotourism. 1. Hiking or trekking by walking along marked trails to see the beauty of nature in forests. Adventurous hiking or trekking, which increases the excitement and challenges tourists are, for example, rock climbing or hiking on high mountains. A group of tourists should have no more than 15 people and a local guide for knowledge on the ecosystem in the area. In addition, if there is an overnight camping, tourists should not leave any belongings behind. 2. Nature education is an activity which helps tourists learn about nature from places or objects such as visitor centers, wayside exhibits, outdoor exhibits, and nature interpretive trails. 3. Nature photography, videotaping of wildflowers, plants, animal trails, and audio recording of sounds of nature such as water. Birds, insects, and animals in order to study nature should be done with good preparation of walking trails as well as the preservation of the trails. 4. Bird watching is an activity which should be done by no more than 5 people per group. The trail should be wide enough for 2 people. Tourists should stop frequently to write a report on birds that are seen and should not walk along the nest trail. There should be a guide with expertise on birds and their natural behavior. In addition, this activity should not be done during the mating and breeding season. 5. Cave exploring and visiting is an activity which provides knowledge on caves. Tourists can get enjoyment and excitement from the beauty of the caves. Cave exploring and visiting should be done with a guide for safety reasons. In addition, local officers in the area should provide information on cave exploring and knowledge on areas around the cave. It can be done by coordinating with academics or other authorities. In addition, local officers should ensure that tourists follow the rules for safety reasons. 6. Sky interpretation is an activity which provides knowledge on the sky and astronomy, the star types, patterns, positions, history, as well as folklores. It can be done in natural areas such as islands, beaches, and fields on the mountain. This activity should be done in winter and with an expert on astronomy, as well as proper equipment. 7. Boat sightseeing is an activity for learning about and having close contact with nature. There should be a guide to provide knowledge and enjoyment. However, tourists should beware of problems of oil pollution, littering, noise pollution from the engine, and the disturbance of breeding and mating areas of water animals. 8. Canoeing, kayaking, browbeating, and sailing are activities for tourists to learn about nature and use their abilities to exercise and control the equipment. Tourists should beware of problems of the amount of boats in the area, trash, and the disturbance of breeding and mating areas of water animals. 9. Snorkeling is an activity which provides close contact with the beautiful sea. Tourists will learn about marine plants and animals using only snorkels. The depth of the water should be no more than 0.9 meters. The area, which has gentle currents and clean water, is usually full of beautiful corals and other plants and animals. Tourists should have a map of the underwater trail and a manual of marine resources. 10. Scuba diving is an activity which provides close contact with the beautiful marine nature, like snorkeling. However, this activity requires the use of an oxygen tank and other equipment. The area for this activity should be no more than 30 meters deep and have many beautiful corals. It should have gentle currents and clear water. Tourists should have a map of the underwater trail and a manual of marine resources. Group 2. Appreciative recreational activities, and Group 3. Adventurous recreational activities. Additional activities. 1. Activities in relaxing natural areas provide tourists with close contact with nature. They can be done by walking on marked trails, beaches, or resting areas, or sightseeing. There should be wayside exhibits for tourists at resting areas. 2. Terrain mountain biking should be done in an area different from that of trekking or bird watching. The trail should have a variety of slopes for excitement, but should not be in the breeding living area of wild animals. There should be no forest cutting or additional construction for the trail. However, there may be waterways or simple bridges in shallow areas. Officers in the area should maintain the trail and keep it clean, ensure that tourists follow the rules, and offer help to tourists when needed. Tourists should respect the rules during the activity. 7. Rock mountain climbing is an activity that satisfies the human need for adventure. An area for rock mountain climbing should have a certain level of safety and should not cause damage to nature. 4. Tent camping provides tourists with close contact with nature without unnecessary facilities. There may be other activities such as trekking, bird watching, or nature exploring. 5. Hang gliding is an activity for sightseeing using a glider, which is controlled by aerodynamics. It also requires a taking off area, which is a high cliff. 6. Whitewater rafting provides excitement to tourists from fast current and sights on watersides. Whitewater rafting requires an experienced guide in rafting and ecology. There should be instructions on the characteristics of the activity and the proper conduct so that tourists can stay safe and have a good time. There may be additional activities on the watersides. This activity requires a getting on and off area and may require an overnight stay. 7. Picnicking is an activity which can be done together with other activities, such as visiting a waterfall, trekking, and sightseeing. There should be an area for a picnic for tourists to relax and appreciate nature. Officers should provide an area and facilities for this activity, such as tables, benches, bins, sinks, and toilets. There may also be barbecue stoves, which need to be kept clean, and may be a fire hazard. There should be no animal feeding or leaving food behind. 8. Waterfall visiting, exploring includes swimming, picnicking, and waterfall seeing. There should be a program providing knowledge on waterfalls and other natural attractions to tourists. The activities should not destroy the peacefulness of nature. Officers should maintain the cleanliness of the area and ensure that tourists follow the rules and stay safe. 9. Windsurfing is a water activity which provides excitement as well as self-satisfaction in one's ability to control the equipment.